have to put my 2 cents. I have to put my 2 cents in on this. Everybody's fighting. So many people are fighting. Christians, really. It's the church that's going to fight. Which, again, you knew this was going to happen. Because they're not resurrecting. See, the resurrection is the people. Okay? They have to wake up. You have to be resurrected before you can be transformed. Okay? You have to be shaken awake, right? What the words in the Bible mean is not how they are interpreted today. And this is the problem. This is a problem. You know, you have everybody wanting to quote scripture and throw it out there. First of all, you can't read it in part. You have to read it in whole. Okay? You can't take this verse and this verse because you think it matches all these other verses that are pulled out, because you have to read them in whole until you understand that story that's within, okay? Because that story will connect to the next story, not the verse, not the pieces, okay? All the pieces have to fit. So, you have so many who can't see who President Trump is, and they're fighting because of their earthly teaching. Now, if you notice, who's not getting it? See, they're not right. They're not right with God yet. Their heart isn't. And He is the only one who can unveil their eyes to the truth of what's going on. And who's playing the roles, who's doing this, who's doing that, because it's like a major play, the major act. I'm just watching some old videos they did in 2014, 13, 14, exactly what I say. Every single thing that I'm saying is exactly what's playing out. It's the craziest thing ever, okay? But you see me going up, see, layers up and getting it. But the words I spoke, exactly what's playing out. Because what we thought the enemy was going to do, okay, to us, right? Well, you know, it's been flipped, because it's not to us, it's to them. It's to the enemy. We're the enemy now. The good is the enemy, okay? So the tables are flipped. So everything that we talked about way back about what the enemy was going to do, okay, well, understanding that who the Bible's really talking about, it's anybody who's not on God's side. It's not anybody, if you're not with Him, you're against Him, okay? So, but we're talking a lower earthly God, you know, their God is not our God. And then we have the higher God. So, what? You have to flip everything. Everything. So, President Trump is the enemy. He's the enemy. Because what he's doing to them is what they thought they would do to us. But that boomerang was thrown, okay? That boomerang is thrown, because this plan is God's plan. And if you can't see it, that's the problem. See, He's not allowing you to see it. That's really what you need to be worried about, is why isn't He allowing you to see it? Because I will tell you this, it's your heart. There's something in your heart, there's some kind of cobwebs, darkness, there's unforgiveness, there's resentfulness, there's something there that is keeping you from being allowed to see through the veil the truth. Okay, that's what it is. So that's between you and Him, and that's what you need to do. But the problem is, These are your blind. See, you're deaf and you're blind because they can't see the hand of God in this. They can't see literally God's Spirit directing this whole thing. They're hanging on to man's words. They're hanging on to a tradition. They're hanging on to a, their pride. Their pride. They're hanging on to words written on dead pages of wood, because that's what paper is. Right. Yeah, he has to blow, give breath, give life to those dead on the page in order for them to be illuminated, to become alive, and you understand them. You understand them here, you understand them here. And they're completely different than what you think they mean in the earthly way. See, we react in our flesh because we're human. We react in our flesh. And yet you have to be completely in the Spirit. Or you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it. So this fighting, you just have to let God take it, because he's the only one now that can make them see, that can heal them. What's happening is, in my old videos, and I talk about once it starts, it's going to go boom, 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 boom. It's going to be fast. Once the seals start opening, they're going to go simultaneously, really fast. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? Little did I know. Okay, well, because there's levels. There's levels. So what seals are we talking about first here? Well, we have seals. We have sealed indictments. Some are open, some are sealed. When those, on one level, when that first seal indictment is open, domino effect. Once that first one opens, watch out for all the other ones, because here they go. And all the truth that they held is going to be exposed. It's going to be truth to the world. Seal is broken. Light has been shown on the darkness, on the lies, on the enemy, on everything, okay? And exposed to the world, okay? That's at this level, right? And there's a higher meaning to that, and that will come next. Remember, on earth as it is in heaven. Well, okay, heaven is higher, it's divine, but it knows the truth already, right? Right. Okay? So all this has to come up and be exposed, and give it has to, be free, basically, and for it to be out there and open. Okay, that's what has to happen first. I don't know how people can't see that. I don't know how they can't see it. That's what has to happen. So you can, one way or another, you're going to see it. Now, you can go kicking and screaming all day long. Or you can stop and go to Him. Because it's not about church. You can go to church every day. You can go to church 3 times a day, 7 days a week. But you're not going to be any closer to Him. You're not going to be one step closer to God, because you don't know Him. If you did know Him, you could see His hand in this. But you don't know Him. So you can go and sit there all you want. But until you let everything go, let everything down, and let Him fill you, He can't fill you, because you have 2 masters, okay? You have two heads, right? Yeah. You can't keep going back in the world, which means the church, and how they teach that lower earthly understanding truth, if you want to receive the higher. Because you have to empty your vessel, and that's what that means. You know the basics, so you know what he's laid out there. But see, he's the one who has to give life to that new higher birth, because you're being birthed into the heavenly realms of knowledge and wisdom, okay, and discernment. Now you're being given a higher truth and higher understanding. Exactly what it is. You see things. You can see things both ways. So, but unless you let go of the earthly crap, you can't. And as long as you keep running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and you're just going to keep dragging that luggage and hold on to that teaching, you're not going to get that higher. Because see, he's going to explain to you what those parables really mean, straight out. But you've been in parables for so long, you don't understand straight out. You know, everybody's good at the parables, but because it keeps you in that puzzle, keeps you in that game, you know. And he's full time. He's full time. So unless you're gonna give him that, but you're not gonna, you think going and sitting in that church pew is gonna do it? Because it's not. It's not. It's not. Stop fighting. Go higher.